Okay, this is our first battle report, and here we have Syntha against VASA. Okay, the first mission in this game is for the VASA to attack the bunker here and to get a squad inside before the Syntha can reinforce the position. And we used hidden setup, so nobody knew where the other one was. So here's the troops. Here's the Syntha Pristine Marines who are guarding the gates, and backed up with 2 android squads, tactical androids actually here, and on the building over here. And the VASA side has 1 marine squad over here and another one behind the building and a running APC behind the other building. And then they have 1 marine squad over there in the junkyard. And then on the building they dropped in the archangels that are preparing to assault the androids inside the building. Okay, and then we take and start the round with the initiative rollout. The VASA with the red and the Syntha with the blue dice. And the Syntha gets number 1 and the VASA gets number 8 and wins the initiative for the first activation. Okay, the first activation is the archangels assaulting the androids, and they start by moving and then shooting, and they have 5 shots that will hit on 5 plus, and that is like 2 hits that will do damage on then following 5 plus in this case. And that's 1 slain android from the shooting phase. Okay, then to the assault phase, where the archangels hit with 5 attacks and they need 5 plus on D10 to hit the tactical androids. And it's a 7. And they score 2 hits on the androids. And for editing mistake, I missed the damage phase, but they do 2 damage to the androids here. And before the androids fall, because close assault is at the same time, the androids hits back and they score 1 hit. And the plasma rifle, pulse rifle is strength 6 against their toughness 5, so they need a 5 plus to do damage. And it's a damage to the archangels. That means 2 androids are slain and 1 angel is also. The androids lose, but because they're immune to panic, they don't have to check for it, and this ends the close assault phase for the archangels. There. Okay, and then for the next activation roll, and remember this is the modified rules, and now again the Syntha with the white and the VASA with the red, and it's +2 for the Syntha, and they win the next activation, and we choose to activate the tactical undersynths that will fire upon the VASA Marine squad on the other side of the wall. The range is below 12, so it's short range, and we will start with the plasma projector that will fire this template. It's quite nice, big blast, and I will try to hit there. And because it's short range, they need a 6+, there is no modifiers, and it's a 4, so the shot will deviate somewhere. Let's see where. And again, I use the modified rules that I have been talking about, where the deviation on short range is d5 minus 1. And let's see. The dice is pointing to the direction, and the result is 2 inches. That will cause the template to go over here, and it will hit 2 Marines with the blast. Because the Marines are not under the center hole, the strength is halved to 3, and 3 against the Marines' toughness of 5 means I will need 8+, and that means 1 Marine is wounded. But he gets a saving throw from the wall, which is 8+, and he rolls a 2, and that means he's not saved. And after that, the rest of the squad shoots, and there is 4, oh, correction, is 5 undersynths with pulse rifles firing on 5+, because +1 from the pulse rifle accuracy at short range. And that's like 3 hits, 6 against 5, that's 5+ to damage. And that's 1, quite a disappointment. And the cover save from the wall, and another one of the Marines has been slain. Okay, that was the next. And to the next initiative roll, Syntha and then VASA. And this time, I believe it was the VASA Marines again that won, and they shoot back at the tactical undersynth squad standing on the other side of the wall. And they will start firing with the grenade launcher. Again, the small blast template. Do notice that the cuts in the template is for another purpose. They don't have any meaning here, only the center hole on the template. She rolls to hit, and it hits squarely, no deviation, and it's a strength 5 against strength 5, so it's 6+. Oops, now the dice got mixed up, and there is an additional guy falling down. But there is a cover save for the wall of 8+ again. And there is 1 save, so 1 undersynth is saved by the wall. Okay, and then the sergeant fires once with a Gauss rifle needing 6+, and scoring a hit, and then needs a 6 to damage, and oh, that was a big throw, but it's a 6, so even that goes through, but I still get to cover save, and it's a number 2, and the Undersynth has not saved. Okay, the next initiative roll again, and it's goes to the Syntha this time, and I will pick the Pristine Marines for my next action, and they will fire upon the Marine team that is still behind the wall, and there the laser marker, I'm checking out that they actually can see them. Okay, there's 5 Pristine Marines firing at the Marine squad from the building, and because it's less than 24 inches, it's medium range with no to hit modifiers from the pulse rifles, meaning I need straight 6s to hit. I actually forgot they have implants giving them +1, but it's too late now. So there's the roll, and it's 2 hits on the Marines. And it's strength 5 against toughness 5, needing 6+, and it's 1 to wound, and she got a cover save from the wall, 8+. But sadly not, so the sergeant has been slain. Now the grenade launcher guy is alone, so he has to check for panic, and he rolls number 10, so no panic there. Brave man standing against the Syntha. Okay, here's the next initiative. The Syntha rolls a 2 and the VASA rolls a 1, but because VASA has +2 from the fact that they didn't act last, they get the initiative. And here the Marine squad moves from behind the building, lines up at the wall, and prepares to fire on the Undersynths, and hoping to deal them great amounts of damage. Okay, and to the following, the firing of the Marine squad, they are also naturally under 12 inches, so in short range. And the first one to fire is the commanding model. We use Kali miniature, but it's our own, used by the own rules about characters. She needs 5+ with the chain gun, and she's hitting with 2. And that's gonna hurt. And the following is the sniper, and the sniper rifle is at +2 to hit at this range, so he needs 4+, and it's a hit also, and I allocate the hit to that model. And the following is the 2 guys with the Gauss rifles, and they also hit both. This is gonna hurt really badly. And then to damage phase, all the damage strengths are 5, and as the Undersynths are toughness 5, it's a 6 to damage. And let's see, the first dice is... Nope, it doesn't do anything. The next 2, 1 manages to do damage, and the last 2 and nope. So it's 1 damage, and I get the cover save, which doesn't help me out here, so one of the Undersynths goes down. And as they are immune to panic, there is no check for that. And then the next initiative roll goes to the VASA Marines, and let's see what they're gonna do. Okay, the VASA Marines are moving forward to get to the bunker, and now they're taking cover behind the hedge over here. But as they are running, they don't get to fire, and their turn ends there. Okay, for the next initiative it's 5 for the Syntha and 6 for VASA, but because VASA went last, I'm at +2 and win, and I choose to activate my last unit to Undersynths and the building, and they are in close combat with the Archangels. So it's 3 hits from the Undersynths, 1 hitting, and it's 6 against 4 from the rifle, and that means I wound 1, but because close combat is at the same time, they get to strike back with 4 Archangels. And they score 1 hit. And let's see, will it make damage? Yes, it will. So it's 1 Archangel and 1 Undersynth going down. As it is an even score, no panic checks are needed, and it's a draw. And to the following, it's the last unit that is not activated, the VASA running, and that's why there is no initiative check. It moves from behind the building and fires upon the Prostean Marines defending the gates. It has a mounted chain gun. The range is medium range, so it gets 2 shots with +1 to hit. And let's see, it scores 2 hits. And then let's see, will they do damage? 1 does damage, but then there is still the cover save from the building, which we decided is a 7+. And that's coming up here. And let's see, I am saved by the building's walls taking the hits. So that saved my Prostean Marines from further damage. Okay, and that was the last activation of round 2, and the situation is as follows. Some damages to units, some heavy, but no breakthrough to the gates as of yet. And then we go to turn number 2. And first activation roll for second round, 7 against 6, so the Syntha wins. And the Syntha activates the first troop, the 2 remaining Undersynths firing their plasma projector against the lone squad of VASA Marines coming from behind the corner of the building. And they need 7 because they moved, and the 4 means that the shot deviates, and it's a D5 -1, and it's a 9. That means 5 inches -1, 4 effective in the direction of the dice, and it goes into the forest and misses both squads. And then the second Undersynth fires the pulse rifle at the Marines, and with a 8 it is a hit, and it's a 6 against 4 to do damage. And we are thinking here who is allocated the hit to, and my opponent chooses, and it rolls a 7, so it's a damage to the Marines. And then they get the cover save from the wall. It's a 8+, and it's a 9, and they are saved again by the cover given by the wall. An excellent shot. Well, that was the first activation. And the second activation roll, and the white dice is the Syntha, and it's 8. And the second dice is for the VASA, and it's 8, but because Syntha activated last, VASA is a +2 and gets the initiative. And the VASA Marines go for the Ronin and enter it, and that is their activation. And the models are picked off the table on the side. Sergeant is left on the Ronin to show that the squad is inside, and the next initiative roll goes to the Syntha because the scores are even, but VASA went last, so the Syntha is a +2. And the next activation is the Pristine Marines firing from the building. The range is medium range, and they are firing on the Marine squad behind the bushes on the right side of the table. There's 5 Marines firing, and the lieutenant is the yellow dice. They are +1 for their implants, and the lieutenant is +1 for his additional skill. So they need a usual 5, and the lieutenant needs a 4 to hit. So as we see, it's 3 hits. The lieutenant hits also, so 3 hits, and it's 5 against 4, so they need 5+, and that is 3 wounding hits on the Marine squad. And then the Marines get the save from the bush, and it's a 9+, and let's see what's going to happen. Okay, a little bit careful dice throwing here, but nobody saves, so that's gonna hurt badly on the Marines. Actually, they should have been allocated, but we forgot, so the gamer gets to pick who is left from the squad. And I believe the grenade launcher guy on the left has been chosen to stay behind when his comrades fall down. Yes, that's it. And then there was the panic roll, but it's a 10, so the grenade launcher guy takes it and stays behind. And the next initiative roll goes to VASA, and they decide to activate the Ronin APC. Next activation is the Ronin that decides to advance from behind the building 8 inches and then fire its mounted chain gun again at the Pristine Marines in the building. It's a medium range, so it's +1, but they moved, so it's -1, so it's even, so they need 6+ to hit, and it's only 1 hit, and that is allocated on the leftmost Pristine Marine. And let's see, it's damage roll, so the Pristine Marine has been damaged, yes, because it's 6 against 4, but the cover save helps again, and the Pristine Marines are again saved by the thick walls of the building. The second roll off is a 4 against 6, but the VASA has +2 and hasn't activated last and wins with the even roll. And the VASA player chooses to fire with the lone grenade launcher Marine at the Andrasynths behind the wall. He needs 6 to hit, and it's a 7, so it's a direct hit with strength 5 because it's directly under the template against the toughness of 5, so they need 6 to damage. And let's see. No, but the other Andrasynth gets a half strength blast. Oh, but that was a good throw. And I see if I will saved by the cover. No, and actually the other guy, the other android, got hit and destroyed by the blast. And the next roll off again, and VASA rolls a 10 and gets to activate the second time in a row. And it's the last man standing for the last Marine, and he makes it. My mistake, he doesn't make it and decides to go home, and to the next ini roll that goes to, the Syntha player gets to activate, and I choose the Andrasynth in the building. Okay, the battle is 1 Andrasynth against 3 Archangels, both need 6s to hit. No hits for the Andrasynths. Nope, not the Archangels either. And that makes it even Steven, and nada happens in the building. Stupid looks at each other and asking what's happening over here. The last activation is the Archangels in the building, so no ini roll. It's 6s to hit in close combat, and the same for the Andrasynths. So there is 1 hit on both sides, and let's see if there's gonna be damage. The Angels roll, and let's see. It's damage, and we cut the video a little bit short here, so actually the Andrasynths managed to do 1 point also. So it's 1 down on either side, it's a draw, no panic rolls. That is basically round number 2. Well, the big thing was the Pros Team Marines wiping out the squad on the right side of the table, and next is then round number 3. Okay, it's the start of round number 3, and the situation as we left it. 1 unit of Syntha defending and running, trying to assault and break through, and few lonely models and the last close combat in the building. So we go to the first roll off. And the first is Syntha number 4 and VASA rolls number 9. So VASA gets to start the first action. And it's the running that moves 8 inches forward. There. And then it's going to fire its mounted chain gun at the Pros Team Marines in the building. The range is less than 12 inches, so it's short range. That means 3 shots from the run-in. And the dice shows 1, 10. That's a hit with 1 only. And the strength is 6, and the hit is allocated there. So it's 6 strength against 4 toughness. That's like 4 plus to do damage. And it is a damage, but it's a save by the cover. And to the next initiative roll off Syntha number 10. And as Syntha has +2 from not activating last, well, VASA gets number 10, but still the +2 gets the Syntha to activate first, then they shoot at the... Okay, the Pristine Marines are firing at the Ronin, and it's short range +1, strength 6, and that means 4 to hit on the ordinary guys and 3 for the commander, +1 for hitting and +1 for the implants. That makes 3 ordinary Marines hitting the Ronin, and then for the damage, 3 hits, no damage, and the Ronin is unharmed. That was a disappointment. And the next initiative goes to Syntha again, and I'm going to choose the lone undersynth here, but he has to make his lone man standing. On the 9, it's a easy success. He's going to fire the plasma projector on the last Marine with the grenade launcher, and it's short range, no modifiers, and off camera it's a miss. And the next roll is for the deviation. It's 1 inch in the direction, as the template is big enough, it's going to hit. And then let's see, am I going to damage? 3 against 4. 3 is not enough on the dice, so the Marine is saved. And the next roll off is 8 for VASA, and they're gonna go first. Last man standing check for the Marine, needs a 6+. It's a even 6, so he makes it. He's going to fire his grenade launcher at the Pristine Marines at the building over here. The range is 26 inches. That makes it a long range shot, -1. So he's gonna need 7 to hit. And it's a number 8, so he's going to make it. The blast covers 4 Pristine Marines in the building. The one that was hit is 5 against 4, so 5+. Let's see. And it's a number 3, so it's not gonna affect him. Then the rest 1, 2, 3 guys need 3 against 4, that's 7+ to damage. And it's 1, a 7, and a 1. So 1 Pristine Marine is going to be wounded. Let's see the cover save. This time the building doesn't save them, and 1 Pristine Marine is... So the initiative roll is a 9 for the Syntha and a number 7 for VASA. So the Syntha goes first, and I will activate the last undersynth fight in the close combat against the Archangels. He needs a straight 6 to hit, and we actually rolled that dice before, and it was a 3, no hit. But the Archangels need a 6 also, and that's a 10 for a hit, and then it's a 6+ to do damage. And it's a number 8, I believe, and the Archangel destroy the undersynth on the building. Last unactivated unit is the Marines in the Ronin, and they decide to stay inside in the cover of the vehicle, and that ends turn number 3. The building is clear, few guys here and there, and let's go to turn number 4. And the beginning of round number 4, the situation is the same, and we go to the first roll off, Syntha number 5, and okay, number 10. So the first activation goes to the Ronin, that advances 8 inches towards the gate, and then fires the mounted chain gun at the building and the Syntha troops inside. It's 5+ on 3 shots, and unbelievably again only one hits the pristine Marines inside. Bad luck. It's 6 against 4, so it's like 4+, and there we go. And I take the building save. First I dedicated to target, and this time the building doesn't save and one pristine Marine goes down. And the next roll off is 4 against 2, but as Syntha has +2 and even score, the last one that didn't activate goes first, so the pristine Marines get the activation and fire back on the running, taking the revenge. 2 shots and 2 hits, and it's 6 against 6, so it's even, but none penetrate the thick armor, and the running is saved. Yet again, good thing the thick armor. And next activation roll, 9 for the Syntha and 6 for VASA, but even the +2 doesn't go over number 9, so the last undersynth gets to activate. And the last man standing roll is 6, and the undersynth is going to make it. He's going to fire on the Ronin. His plasma projector, the range is 26 inches, so it's long range for -2. And let's see, is it going to be a hit? Let's see, he turns and fires a number 2, and it's going to deviate. Yes, the shot is placed originally here, but the deviation is 7. That means it's 4, and for long range is 4 + 1. That should be 5 inches, but I think we did a little mistake here and used the medium range deviation. So the shot in the video is grazing the front wheel, but really it should have missed the running altogether. So it's strength 3 against 6, and nothing happens, so that's that. And to the following, there is only VASA troops left, so no need for roll for activation. So what's going to happen first is the VASA Marines in the running deploying out to prepare to move inside the building in the next round. If they wouldn't, they might not make it. And they can deploy 4 inches on the sides of the transport, so they are able to get this far. And then the next is the 2 Archangels firing at the 2 remaining pristine Marines at the building. So the distance is less than 12, so it's short range. And Archangels are ballistic skill or shooting skill 5. That means 5+ to hit. And let's see. Are they going to hit the 2 Archangels? 2 dices. And it's a 9 and a 9. Excellent shots. And let's see, it's 5 against 4, so it's 5+ to damage. And 1 is going to damage the Prostines. Now the hit should have been allocated, but now I take the save. But again, the building saves the Prostine Marines and nobody is injured. And the last activation is the last Marine standing with the grenade launcher. Last man standing check, and number 7, he will make it. So which way will he fire? On the androsynt or at the building? If he fires at the building, there is a risk he will miss and the shot will deviate on his own troops. So he will shoot at the undersynth. It's short range, so it's 6+ to hit, and he makes it. It's directly under, so it's 5 against 5, so 6+, but no damage here. So the end of round number 4, the Ronin and the troops are advancing at the bunker. A few Pristine Marines are defending, and Archangels are preparing, and a few guys standing against each other on the other side. So let's go to turn number 5. And the beginning of round number 5, the first roll off is a 7 for Syntha and 5 for VASA, so Syntha goes first. And I will of course pick the Pristine Marines, and they will fire on the troops. And the Pristine Marines can only see the last 2 of the Marines, VASA Marines, because the building has no windows on the right side. So it's 3 hits, shots which 2 hit, and it's 6 against 4, so it's 4+ to damage, and it's 2 damages. This is going to look bad, and there is no saving throws, so 2 are dead. That's quite heavy casualties. This might change the game. Of course, I was lucky that I got to first activation here. So we forgot to take video from the activation roll, but it went to the Ronin. It fires 3 times on the Pristine Marines, only hitting once. That's bad. I will take it on the first one, and it's 6 against 4. And let's see, will it do damage? And it's a number 2, so that's not enough. So again, incredibly bad luck for the Ronin, and the Pristines are fine. The next activation roll is 10 against, okay, another 10. That means that VASA gets to go first. And who will it be? I believe it's going to be the Archangels on the building. Yes, they're going to shoot 2 shots, and both hit in the building, and I will allocate them to the right and to the left of the lieutenant in the middle, and it's 5 against 4, so you're needing 5+ to hit. But no, these Pristine Marines are lucky. Next activation roll is 3 against 6, so VASA gets to go first. And which unit will be activated? I believe it's going to be the command squad. The Marines run into the building, and now there's 2 guys of the 4 needed to win the game inside the bunker entrance. Let's see if there's gonna be more, but I believe the time will run out. Next activation roll is 1 for Syntha and 10 for VASA, so VASA goes forward, and it's the last unit, the grenade launcher Marine, and he's going to shoot at the building, but first he has to take the last man standing check because he's alone, and he has leadership or command value of 4, so he needs 6. It's only 3, so he has had enough and goes home. Last activation goes to the tactical undersynth. He's alone, so he has to check for last man standing. It's 8, so he will make it, and he's going to fire at the Ronin, but the shot deviates, and 9 inches, that's 5 inches that way, so it's wide off, and Ronin is safe. And that ends turn number 5, but will there be turn number 6 and 8? There will, so let's go to that next. And the first activation roll for turn 6, the last round, is 10 against 5. So Syntha goes first, and there is obviously not much to do, that the Pristine Marines are going to shoot at the Ronin. and it's 2 hits. And it's strength 6 against toughness 6, so one number 6 makes the first time there is a penetrating hit on the Ronin. And let's see what the damage chart says. It's number 5, and that means no additional damage. So the Ronin has been saved again, and it will continue to fight on. The next activation is 6 against 7, so VASA will go next, and it's either the Ronin or the Archangels, and I believe it's the Archangels that will go to next, and they will jump down from the building, and they will get to the side of the small building, and because there are no windows on the side, they are quite good protection there. Next activation is was that 1, but it goes to the Syntha, and the undersynth is chosen. It will fire its plasma projector on the Ronin. It misses, the shot will deviate, but only with 1 inch, so it will hit, but on number 2 roll, no damage on the Ronin, so it's okay. And the last activation is the Ronin. It will shoot 3 shots at the Pristine Marines in the building. It will hit on 5+, and it's all 3 are going to hit, and it's strength 6 against 4, so that means 4+ to damage, and that's 2 shots are going to do damage, and I will have a save of the building, and it's on the first guy 8, so he's fine. The lieutenant, he's wounded, he has 2 wounds, and the last Pristine Marine is dead. On the last round, the Ronin manages to do some damage, really. That's too late, sadly. Okay. I will take marker. I use rubber bands to mark damages. So let's see. Hard to get from the bag. There they go. 1 for the lieutenant and 1 for the Ronin. That was the conclusion of turn number 6, and the game is a Syntha victory because VASA didn't manage to get more than 2 guys inside. It was close, but the Angels should have jumped 1 turn earlier down and run to the building. But well, that's the game. It was fun. I hope you liked it, and Frida would like to say
bye. It's nice to game.
All right, that was her, and to next time.